listening to The Real with Rachel D on Atlanta's inspirational talk radio, Love 860. Hey everybody, welcome to The Real with Rachel D. Happy Friday. We're glad that you guys are here to join us. Like always, we're going to talk about some celebrity hot topics, some crazy stories we found on social media, and of course, I'm going to tell you guys some things to get into over the weekend. We're being joined by my super fabulous co-host, Miss BJ.
Hello.
And running in the runoff for the Clayton County Board of Commissioners, Mr. Eric Bell is joining us.
Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
Well, we're excited to have you. This whole election thing has been super, super crazy.
It's very important.
So we're going to jump to some celebrity news, and then we're going to come back and get to know Eric Bell better. All right, guys. So for the, let's go ahead and start into reality show news.
Okay.
Love and Hip Hop Atlanta is back.
Lord.
Doesn't it just kill your brain cells when you watch it?
Oh, Lord.
I feel dumber every time, but I can't help it. So there has been some change up in the cast, and there is this new cast member. Her name is Dee Smith. She's the first transgendered cast member. And so she's in the headlines now because in the midst of having an argument with another cast member, she threw out an insult that's, I don't know, how do I say this? She basically had, she was having an argument with Bambi, who is engaged to
Scrappy.
Little Scrappies. I did watch this
Southside.
trash, this mind-boggling television.
It's hard not to.
And she referred to Bambi as being transgender as an insult.
How can you? I don't get that.
The pot calling the kettle black.
Yeah, that's like what's Dave Chappelle with Bigsley, the racist black man.
Yeah.
I mean, come on now.
I don't know. It's just weird. All of it. You just can't do that. I don't think it's nice. It's not nice.
If you watch the show, which unfortunately I do, Dee Smith is just mean.
Yeah.
She got a lot. She spilled a lot of tea, throw a lot of
she's
shade.
Just mean. Like if you see her, like if somebody looks at her crazy, she's ready to attack, and she's mean.
Well, she's transgender, right?
Yes.
So I'm sure she has a lot of obstacles or just bruises in the past from, I guess, becoming comfortable with yourself. I feel like as a man or just a young man, you got to become comfortable with yourself. But for someone that's changing genders, it's probably pretty tough. So it might just be a woman scorned, I guess.
She need to get over herself.
Yeah, because I understand where you're coming from with that, but it's
She
like
just need to get over herself.
Right.
you don't need
She
to
ain't
make,
scorned.
Right.
You don't need to make unnecessary enemies. Like
No.
I get that. I
Right.
get why your guard is up and everything, but she kind of goes more on the attack than she does.
Trying to be. I understand if she's going through things, but don't insult people. And then her excuse was so stupid. She said, "The reason I called her a trans woman is because, girl, there's really not that much difference between you and I."
Oh, I beg to differ.
Because Bambi's thin, tall. I mean, she kept going on to describe the difference. But why would you insult someone and then turn around because she doesn't show support for the transgender community? But you called her a trans woman.
Yeah.
Your
But
card is revoked.
I wonder how, what's her name?
Mama
Nat?
D.
D.
Dee Smith.
D. Smith.
D. Smith. I wonder how she would have felt if Bambi would say, well, you look like a transgender woman.
Yeah.
She would have gotten upset.
Just saying.
Very
I mean,
open
it's
eyes.
not fair.
And honestly, a lot of people, I've been checking social media, they're not really feeling her and her friend, Betty Idol. They're just kind
Are
of...
both of them transgender?
Betty, I'm kind of convinced she might be. They say she's not. But they're just, I don't know, they're overall bullies. But anyway, this has caused a lot of conflict, and she's getting a lot of backlash on social media.
She's probably a bad representation of the trans community.
Right.
Like
And
Love and Hip Hop is a bad representation of the black
community.
Black community, the Atlanta community.
That is true.
Well, VH1 already lied. They said D. Smith was the first one. We already know Jocelyn. I'm just
Justin
saying.
Hernandez.
You know what?
Stevie. Bring that beefcake, Stevie. So
I
I'm
like
just saying.
Jocelyn. I
I
like
do.
her.
I like
Shout out to
her
the
too.
Puerto Rican princess.
I mean, whoever did her work, D. Smith need to hit her up. She might need to go to Florida for a couple months and pop back up on the scene.
I agree. All right, so moving on
They don't have
to
trans in
some
magic.
other loudmouth reality stars. So Tamar Braxton just recently got fired from The Real.
Yes.
And that just, I didn't believe it because The Real is kind of like Tamar. When you think of The Real, you think of Tamar.
Tamar,
I'm like,
yeah.
there's no way.
I was like, isn't that Tamar show?
So we didn't talk about this last week because we want to get more information about it. But yeah, it's done.
She gone.
Well, I heard she threw like a couple of mics.
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
That was a
Tamar.
joke.
But seriously, though, I'm
Now,
sure.
Yeah.
Now she seems like quite the drama queen, but I hear that she's really sweet. But she's probably just a drama queen.
They say that because she did write a post,
Mm-hmm.
and she kind of insinuated that it was somebody that she knew that backstabbed her.
Yes.
And she did say it was not my sisters and it was not my man. And then she unfollowed 2 of her 4 co-hosts.
She what's the
Lonnie Love
and
and
Adrian.
No, she didn't follow
No,
Adrian.
Adrian.
Everybody said that, but Jeannie Mai.
Jeannie, yeah.
Jeannie's the sweet one. She's so sweet.
I like Jeannie though.
I
No, she's
know.
not though.
But they probably, you know,
Well, all of them seem like sweet young women to me.
I don't know about.
What?
They seem like they might get into some arguments.
Well, maybe it just as a man, it just might be me crushed. I'm like, oh, she's sweet. Isn't she pretty? Yeah, I think I like her.
See, that's why with women, we pay more attention to certain things. You know, if you watch the real, Tamar and Jeannie got this little,
They have a look.
yeah, this little something going on.
Because,
between
yeah,
them.
underneath Tamar's bat wing eyelashes, if you pay attention, sometimes she really
The
look
bat
at
wings.
Jeannie, them bat wings, them loving wars.
But yeah, you know what? She's
Gotta
gonna
have those lashes on fleek.
apparently she's gonna
On
reveal
fly.
the reason behind it on the next, I guess, season of Braxton.
Well, her
Family
husband
Values.
was the executive producer, so I found that odd that he was fired as well.
Yeah, he was let go too. They fired the whole family, the real keeping it real. You,
Hello.
your man, and your baby got to go.
Like the Dave Chappelle's skit, when keeping it real gets wrong or it goes too real, it went too real
It
on
did.
the real.
But you know what's funny is everyone came out after this, her co-host,
yeah.
showing support, saying they didn't even know. Because they said, according to them, they had just taken a picture for the next season and all of
Yeah.
them were together. So they were in shock. So my thing is, did they really?
It's probably contractual. Tamar had too many riders. They were like, no, we're not going to pick out all the red M&Ms for you, Tamar. I was like, get her out of here.
You never know.
They're going to have another sister on there pretty soon, though.
I don't think that what
Did you hear about that? They're thinking about asking the little Disney girl.
not
The one who
Zendaya?
played in
No,
Kiki Palmer.
I actually heard that, but then I heard that it was just a rumor.
Oh, gotcha.
But I don't think the real is gonna survive without Tamar.
K.
They need
Michelle
some
would be
drama.
nice.
There's not enough room on that stage for K. Michelle and that behind.
Not at all.
There's always room on stage for that behind.
Oh my God. Well, at least now, just so everybody knows, if I happen to unfollow BJ on my social medias, and y'all know who backstabbed me,
Who did it first?
It'll be no, because I'm going to go. Tamar, what she should have did, she should have went live and Snapchatted everything live, and that way there would have been no question. Go
But You
live.
can't Snapchat in meetings. That's inappropriate. Like, you don't Snapchat at church, like, the Holy Ghost is in here.
but you know what though?
There's
If
some
I'm
places
getting
you don't.
fired,
If I'm-
there is no holds bar what I'm gonna do. You lucky
Oh.
I'm not flipping tables if they're not too heavy. So I would.
Rachel, flip tables, y'all.
I tried too, and it was kind of heavy,
Heavy.
so I just knocked the stuff off the table instead. All right, so moving on. Okay, so we have a little bit of time. What do we want to talk about next? The Biggest Loser. Did you guys hear that there is a lawsuit going on against the former contestants of The Biggest
I
Loser
did.
and NBC?
I feel like that's a crock of boo-boo.
Well, I don't know. Have you ever watched it? I watched a little bit of it.
It's wonderful. What do you mean you're going to change my life?
Well, what they
With the
said is that it
drugs.
wasn't a natural thing.
They was drugging the heck out of these
So-
folks like they was up in Bill Cosby house. Oh, I'm so, is that too soon?
No, it's never too soon for a Bill
Too
Cosby
many
joke.
Quaaludes.
But they
That
said
was funny.
illicit drugs, not just weight loss drugs.
Free bill.
They're suing for illicit drug use. And they were encouraged to use illicit drugs.
I feel like in the sport or bodybuilding, it's the same type of drugs they use then. And they said, hey, do you want to lose more weight? You want to get to your goal? Because you keep eating these hot Cheetos.
Yeah.
you had another milkshake today. How many calories did you eat this week?
But they said it was all approved, though, by some doctor who was on the show.
Probably. But here's that line between your morals or not. You
Yeah.
can't do something. Somebody cannot make you do what you don't want to do.
You don't wanna do,
You knew that there was
exactly.
money on the line. You knew that there was weight loss and potential fame.
And that,
if
what's
you
it,
didn't like it, you should have stopped it before you put the
and they
thing
give
out.
you a free, what's the skin tuck or the tummy tuck? If you lose your weight, you get a free tummy tuck.
So you're basically saying you can sign a contract, get on the show, pop some pills, some mollies, whatever illicit drug they're trying to give you, lose your weight,
and get a free tummy tuck
and then get a free tummy tuck, and then go on live with Kathy Lee or whoever.
and be mad because you gained your weight back.
Yes. That's pretty
I
much what
mean,
happened.
but what didn't they say? Some people passed out and got really sick.
Yeah, I think so.
From what?
But that
From the
happens.
drugs.
Well, no, if you work
even
out
if you
really
work out,
hard,
yeah.
yeah.
Work out really
and
hard.
a lot of the people aren't ones that work out hard, so you push them to the limit.
Yeah, so I mean, I think with situations like this, I feel weird. It's kind of like people who sue fraternities for hazing. It's like there is an opportunity for you to say no.
Yeah.
Right.
And if you don't say no, then you are kind of,
You're at fault just as much as the organization.
Exactly.
And I'm wondering how this is gonna turn out.
It's gonna turn out bad.
Cause I never watched the show.
It's gonna probably cause the rate of living to go up in America. America is like the #1 country for lawyers, and that's because we sue for everything. You fall in our food prices aren't high because that's what they cost to produce. They're high because we have people falling in the grocery store saying, I'm gonna sue $15,000.
Oh, like that did happen with the guy in the slur that turns out he put it on there himself. Whole Foods.
People do that. Yeah, people do that. So what do you have to do? You raise the prices so you can have lawyers to fight these cases or buy insurance policies just in case someone slips in your store.
Because I'll be slipping all up and down 12 o'clock at midnight in a Kroger.
Be going, woo, got my new slip shoes.
I knew it, BJ. You know what, though? I do the same thing.
Right.
There has been a couple of times I've just looked at that puddle of water on the floor.
And like it's mine.
How good is my acting skills right now?
It was one time, I should have sued. Crystals, they had a bone in my crystal chick.
What?
Yeah, and I threw it away like a dummy.
Boy, you better started choking on it.
It was too late. I wasn't dumpster diving. I said, dang it. That was my chick.
See, you have good moral. I'm the same way. I have made decisions to look back on them like, dang,
No,
I
was
really
like 8.
benefited. Oh.
Yeah, I ain't no better.
When you're a starving college kid, you'll make other decisions.
Right.
All right, guys, you're listening to The Real with Rachel D. We actually have a lot more show going on, but we had to take a quick musical break, so make sure you guys keep it here. Coming up, we have Lauryn Hill, X Factor.
Guys, we are here mollywopping, apparently. With your girl, Miss BJ, Rachel D, and Eric Bell.
Commissioner Bell. Soon
yes,
to be Commissioner Bell.
Commissioner Bell.
Yes, that has a great ring to it. He is in the runoff for the Clayton County Board of Commissioner District 3, correct?
Indeed. Yes, ma'am.
All right, so there has been quite a bit of controversy around you.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
We've all heard about you. We just never met you, but we all heard about you.
Well, I'm a nice guy.
He's so,
Yes.
He's so cute, you guys.
Aw.
But you know what? That is a good thing because, you know, people like to look at good-looking people in power.
They like to be able to relate to the person they're voting for.
Well, very relatable.
So
I'm transparent.
Right.
So let's go ahead and get to know you. So tell us about yourself.
Well, I'm Eric Bell. I'm 25 years old. I'm from Clayton County, specifically District 3. I graduated from Mundy's Mill High School, Mundy's Mill Middle School. I went to elementary school there, so I'm really raised there. I had the opportunity to go to Morehouse College on a Navy scholarship. And from that, I've since I piloted submarines, aircrafts. I've worked in the Economic Development of South Africa Department. We're working on land reform, gender relations, racial relations. Had the opportunity to work with the Atlanta Economic Department on Camp Creek Stabilization, Old National Revitalization. I founded a nonprofit, served 2 years in the Navy as an officer. I dated your daughter.
What?
That's me being relatable again.
Right.
See, you know me. You know, boy, that took my daughter to prom.
Right.
See, but did you break her heart, though?
No, she actually broke mine.
That's relatable.
We went to college and she said, I need a break.
Okay.
Everybody, when you, that college break.
But you might know me as your neighborhood substitute teacher. They say, Mom, Mr. Bell was in my class. We had Mr. Bell today.
And I have to say, ladies and gentlemen, he did not read off his resume. That sounded like it. Like he was ticking down everything. That was straight off the dome.
Yeah.
He knows his business.
And you've done all that in 25 years?
Yes, ma'am.
Jeez. BJ, we need to step it up.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out how to program my DVD player. So, and then I'm gonna be honest, it's a DVD/VCR, so I'm still kind of behind.
Okay.
No, I still have mine.
No, you gotta keep your You gotta keep your VCRs because every now and then you wanna watch that old school.
Oh, Disney movie.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, I was thinking of Friday.
I had the Michael Jackson movie on tape.
American
American Dream.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Moonwalker.
Moonwalker was a good one too. When he turned into the car.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the rabbit.
Yes.
No
Yeah.
idea what.
Speed demon.
What? Speed
BJ,
demon.
there is a corner in this room just for your
I,
nose.
You don't-
I own
Don't stick it
Graffiti
in.
Bridge, and that video is gonna make me money one
Graffiti
day.
Bridge?
Graffiti Bridge.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
She getting all the love.
Right.
Today.
Research it.
Anyway.
Graffiti bridge. That
All
sounds
right.
illegal.
So back to the task at hand. You
Okay.
are running for Board of Commissioners.
Yes.
Why did you decide to run?
I wanted to continue my route of service. When I got home, I was in the Navy, and I wanted just to serve. I took an oath that said I was going to defend the country, foreign and domestic. So I went down to the local commission office and said, hey, I'm here to volunteer. Well, because I knew they didn't have any jobs. We're in the biggest economic recession since the Great Depression. And so I actually inquired about internships, and they said, well, we don't have any internships. I said, none paid? I'll volunteer. And they said, well, we'll call you in a couple of weeks because right now we're busy or what's. And that kept progressing until where I said, well, if you don't have time for me, I'll step up and be that gap. Because in Clayton County, 25% are considered, Metro Atlanta, 25% of the population is considered to live below the poverty line. In Clayton County, 85% is economically disadvantaged. 17,000 children in Clayton County suffer from food scarcity. We have a graduation rate of about 60%. 40% of crime is perpetrated by juveniles. In my neighborhood, there was a mobile unit looking for suspects 9 to 14 years old.
Oh, wow.
So when you have things like that and you tell me that just come back, call us back in a couple of weeks, we'll find you something to do. It just kind of shook me up. It shook me up. And it says, well, Eric, you got to do something. Eric, you got to stand up.
See, and the whole fact, the controversial part is because you are younger. Mm-hmm. And we did
Why is that controversial?
Well, to some might seem that. Mm-hmm. I personally don't, because we are the future. We are this generation. We're actually a lot older than people think we are if you look at our age. It's like, we've grown up very fast. And a lot of times people don't want to give our generation, which is the millennials, the credit that is due.
Or just not even give us the torch. It's time to prep us for the torch.
Right.
Yeah.
We're going to be the next light bearer. So it's time to say, hey, this is how you make fire. This is how you make a kindle wood. Because who else is going to keep the house hot?
Exactly. And you know what? I really love what Eric said. A lot of times when it comes to that gap that you see is seniors, adults, and they and just kids. But that age group, as soon as you become a teenager to your early 20s, you don't count. You always see each other, but I believe Eric will provide that gap with a voice.
In Clayton County, majority of the population is between 18 and 32 years old. The average person in Clayton County is a 31-year-old black female. The average voter is a 65-plus white lady.
Yeah.
No, you know what I'm saying?
And that's the thing. There is a disparity that you see. And a lot of times, I believe it's just a lot of the younger generation. No one is motivating them to have their voices heard.
Yeah.
So, and those are a lot of untapped voters, really.
Or no one's representing you.
Speaking of voting, so
July 5th, early voting starts.
Well, let's go back to let's go to the past real quick.
Okay.
Okay, so the election was what?
May 24th.
May 24th, and it came down to you and Felicia.
Someone who shall not be named.
and and you know what, there was a lot of people running for commissioner. 8. So everybody did kind of feel like the votes would be split.
Right.
But it came out you and this lady came out on top. So how did that make you feel, first of all?
Well, I thought everyone did a great job. So if you put your name in any type of political race, if you put yourself up for scrutiny and target practice, hats goes off to you, because it really takes a lot to stand up and say, I'm going to stand in the gap, or I'm gonna put myself out of my comfortable shoes and fight for you and take care of you. I'm gonna take care of my family, but I want to take care of you as well. So when someone says, hey, Eric, I want to take care of you, and not knowing you from Plot B, but I'm gonna take care of your family, I'm gonna make sure your friends down the street are taken care of too, that speaks tremendous on their character. So thank you for everyone that ran, and hopefully we continue to work together to form a coalition to really deal with the ills in our community. It's not a black and white thing; it's a poverty thing.
I agree.
Poverty has no color.
It really don't, because my pockets are blank because there is no money in them.
Well, sort of speaking about that, what can you do, or what do you plan on doing?
Well, as commissioner, I plan on elevating the quality of life in Clayton County, and that means two things: education and economic development. And education-wise, that means working with the board of not commissioners, but yes, the board of commissioners and the board of education. Hello, board of education. Let's work together, as well as the chamber of commerce and the other branches of government within Clayton County, to really form a plan where we can go out and say, yeah, we all work in different sectors, and we all need to stay in our same lane. But this lane is a part of a highway, and we all moving in the same direction. So we either going up or down. So, yeah, stay in your lane, but we on the same highway.
Preach on.
So it begins with making sure that all elected officials, we can at least meet quarterly. and make sure that our plans and we on the same highway to keep moving forward for our students. 60 was the graduation rate is like 66% in Clayton.
Yes.
Yes. And so as a community, we need to show more support to our teachers, the teaching staff, the Board of Education, our principals, and really show that our youngsters that we value your education. So you need to value your education a lot more.
That's true. And just to play off of what Commissioner Bell said, Clayton County, the school system just recently received their accreditation back. Mm-hmm. So this is definitely something I know they want to work towards not losing again.
Yeah, when I was a senior in high school, we lost accreditation. And for me, that means losing a lot of friends, forcing people out the county, forcing property values down. Because now, once you had whatever housing rate you were at now people are leaving. So no longer do you have a housing shortage, you have a surplus plummeting your property rates. And for me, I want to fix that. So that means putting more money into our schools, after school programs. I personally, as a commissioner, they say we can't co-intermingle class, but we can develop after school programs. And the Board of Education can give us buses to get to bus our students to these after school programs. And people are going to talk about, well, it takes revenue. Well, if our schools are doing better, we're going to have a larger tax base to pull from.
Right.
If people see these services come to Clayton County, we're going to have a larger tax base to pull from. But other than that, we need to create jobs. And not just, when I say create jobs, not attract jobs. Because anybody, I'm creating jobs. And one thing that I want to do, I feel like as a government, we should own more assets or means to production so we actually can produce. If you're a factory and you're not going to come to my city or my town, okay, we can build our own factory and produce our own goods where we're going to employ our constituents. We're going to employ our inhabitants and provide them with services and goods and a living wage instead of a minimum wage.
Yes, a living wage.
I mentioned those factories are going to be green. I'm all green, clean energy, go green, sustainability.
I'm with that. And living wages, because you can make the burger, but sometimes you can't afford to buy the burger.
Hello.
All right, so Eric Bell, can you tell everybody where they can find out more information about you?
Bellforus.com. That's BELLFORUS.com. Say it like it said, bellforus.com. You can find me on Instagram at BellForUs, Facebook, Eric Bell. I'm easily accessible.
All right. And very personal.
Right.
All right. So thank you so much for your interview. But you're not going anywhere because we have some crazy stories that we found on social media. And the door is locked, so there's no way you can get out.
Don't be looking on my IG. No.
You guys, coming up, we have who, BJ?
Sia. Chandelier. Sia.
I was talking.
Party girls, don't get hurt.
Yes. Yes, we are back with The Real with Rachel D. This is your girl BJ, and that was Sia with Chandelier.
What was that?
What?
Smooth jazz.
Right.
Oh, God.
I was toning it down.
I like that.
Can I try my radio voice?
Yes.
Right.
Hi, this is Commissioner Bell. That's all.
Look at Rachel.
Because you held the bell.
I was trying to do the smooth jazz.
All right, guys, you're listening to The Real with Rachel D. And it's that time of the show where we talk about the crazy stories that we have encountered on social media. So this right here was actually initially in the celebrity news because it's been all over the place. But we're going to make sure we talk about this. It's been all over the place about the endangered gorilla that was killed. Why do you find that funny? Jeez, you heartless. No, I'm kidding. But the endangered gorilla that was killed in Cincinnati in the zoo because a little 4-year-old boy snuck in the cage and they were afraid he was going to, I guess, kill or endanger the boy. So.
The 4-year-old fell over into the encampment occupied by Harambe, the extinct...
Occupied by who?
Harambe.
I've been saying Hammurabi this whole time.
Was
the man that monkey wrote all them codes.
Yeah. But the sad thing about it was the mom is really being dragged through social media and the news because she was not paying attention to her 4-year-old son who found some way to fall into the monkey pit with this 8,000-ton gorilla who was dragging him.
Why is what?
Why isn't the zoo being sued?
Well, they said they put those barricades up for a reason, and
for people not to get around.
If a little kid can get in it, because the little kids would be the ones who think they can get in stuff like that.
I'm not gonna go and climb and go hop in the water with a silverback gorilla.
Not trying to be funny, but hey, y'all seen this movie called Bebe's Kids?
Yes.
And you saw
I
how
got an
they
Uncle
got
Bay.
behind the scenes despite what was there. And I'm not trying to be funny, but not everybody's kids follows the rules.
Well, I got an Uncle Bebe, and all his kids are doing good. Shout out to my cousins.
But I put this more on not the zoo's fault, but the parents.
Yeah, me too.
The zoo can get better fences.
I think that the zoo could have found another way to get the kid without killing the animal.
That's true.
I do. I feel like, they could have had somebody come and distract them. Because even if you had one person coming from the left and then having the gorilla run that way and then somebody grab the kid to the right, there could have been a way to have that.
I just feel like give a mom a break. Like how many times I'm not a parent, but when I go to the zoo, I'm not gonna think my kid gonna be the one that fall in their cage.
You're right.
Yeah, nobody thinks that. Of course
You know
not.
what I'm
never
saying?
think
My kid ain't gonna fall in no cage. We've been at this zoo 30 million times. I came here when I was young.
But at the same time, though, some people know their kids.
Yeah, I mean, and if you know your child,
If you know your child, one
no
of them
tea, no
kids.
shade. You know your kid now.
yeah, hold
No,
their
he was
hand.
bad. He wasn't supposed to be at the zoo in the first place.
So, and I just feel because she wasn't paying attention to her son, now they had to kill Harambe.
Wait, what? What's his name again?
Harambe.
Harambe.
The gorilla, he's on the endangered species list.
Yeah.
I heard they gotta give child support to her Harambe, his baby mama too.
I didn't know if he was married or not.
They said Harambe had a couple of kids out there he was paying child support to.
Well, he's been their main attraction for a while, so he was a moneymaker.
Oh, Harambe
Just
got a couple of
turned
kids.
17. How sad was that?
A teenager.
A teenager. But yeah, so there's a lot of backlash, and I don't think that this is going away anytime. Now, here's another thing, and I got a personal story with this because I had to write a Facebook status. When stuff really bothers me, I got to tell the story. All right, so a valedictorian has recently been banned from a graduation ceremony over his facial hair. They said that it was inappropriate.
It was inappropriate, and they asked him to make it neat and clean. But he's been rocking his facial hair all 4 years of high school. Mind you, he's not only a valedictorian, he's an all-star player on their basketball, football, and I believe their baseball team, which in fact is where he rocked this goatee. The goatee that he has kept the same length and shaved in the same style for all 4 years. But now that he's about to walk across the stage.
It's an issue.
Yeah.
First of all, how old is he? He had a goatee in 9th grade.
Oh, he had
Let's be
facial
real
hair when he
about
was
that.
like 9.
Let's be real about that. How old is he? Watch for seeing food. Start giving your baby drug enhancements.
So, but
But shoot, it enhanced him in the right place. I mean, he's a star, everything. So,
star student.
He probably got held back.
so this reminds me of a story.
See, I'm gonna redo this and drop
So
these.
a couple weeks ago, I went to my cousin's graduation, and he graduated from DECA. I don't know if you guys heard of that. It's a very advanced school in DeKalb County. They actually partner with Georgia State. So my
cool.
cousin, he graduated at 16 with his high school diploma and an
Good job,
associate's
young
degree.
man. Good job,
from
young man. Keep it up.
Georgia State. Okay, so at his
So proud of him.
graduation, the salutatorian, she did such an amazing speech. I was so motivated. The valedictorian, like I'm thinking she's about to knock it out the park. This is what this little girl does. She's like calling her friends individually, making them stand up.
Hey.
And it was like, hey girl, I remember when we were in school together, and you were there when I was really nervous about my science class. So and so, stand up. You
Are you
remember when?
serious?
I swear to God, here was the best part. Jamad, stand up. I know you don't think I love you, but I do. I swear to God, I'm like,
Are you in front of everyone's
Yes.
family and parents?
Yes, and everybody, the lowest GPA of the class was a 4.0.
Oh,
She was
wow.
like a 4.5. And
know
I'm like,
what?
you need to check some grades.
She fast.
She is. She's about to
sound
get
fast.
caught
That's-
up. That's
she sound
exactly how I felt.
fast.
That's what happened. People, please stop letting your kids drink straight up Hawaiian punch, eating Twizzlers and Sour Patch Kids, because it's doing something to them. Now, she might have a high GPA,
She
but
got high
her
blood pressure,
social
too.
skills. She calling out her friends and her boyfriend at graduation.
Hey, but that's what's
did.
up. If I was valedictorian, I'd be like, hey, shout out to my homie. Give y'all shout outs. You the valedictorian.
No.
You did this.
No,
No,
mm-mm, you wait till afterwards.
Well, good job for being valedictorian because I didn't have a 4.5 GPA.
No.
None of my life.
I'm
No.
sorry. That was
She should have
awful.
saved that for afterwards. She was supposed to be giving a Michelle Obama type speech, and she up there talking like Tamar.
Actually,
Exactly.
I spoke to my high school graduation.
What'd you say?
I have no idea. Probably like, good job. I'm proud of you guys. Thanks.
I did a speech as well.
What'd you do?
I just basically told everyone, we've come a long way. Don't ruin it. And in the future, if you live in District 3, vote for Eric Bell.
Ooh. Ooh.
I was a visionary.
Yes, Lord. prophetic.
So yeah.
I love you.
Yes. Vote for Eric Bale. District 3 Clay Code.
Oh, Jesus. But yeah. So I don't know if the graduation is come and gone yet, if you got a chance to even walk.
You know what? I
What was
think it
Black
may
Lives
be
Matter?
over.
That would have been something cool for them to boycott. That
No,
would've-
they are. Like, the NAACP has gotten involved in everything. Like, that's extremely ridiculous.
What about Al Sharpton?
I'm sure.
Yes.
Because somebody made a valid point. I hate to go there. But if the valedictorian wanted to wear a dress and a wig,
He could
we'd
have
be
done
like,
it.
good, be yourself. But
Yeah.
then they got something that naturally grows out their
Right.
own face. And
Well,
it's like inappropriate.
I heard that even the BWCH is getting involved.
What's
so.
that mean?
Black with facial hair. That was BWFH. Black,
corner.
black with facial
Are
hair.
those
The
real
corner,
people?
BJ. No.
So, but no, I do feel bad. But
I got the joke. I got it. High
Thank
five,
you.
No,
man.
you
Be
did not.
yourself.
No, you did
Vote for
not.
Eric Bale. See how I work my
But you know, I am
constituents.
proud that he was strong enough to stand up for something.
Yeah.
Because a lot of days, when our young people period are bullied, they give up their dream and they just tuck their tail. But he stood up strong. He had support, and he was like, you know what? Regardless whether I walk or not, I got this. So.
But he could have lesson from it. Sometimes you have to be in your own personal will. You gotta go slow sometimes. It's not always worth the fight.
That's true.
And you should have walked across this stage for your grandmama, your mom, and all them.
But at the same time, whether he walked or not, that doesn't take away from the fact that he was still
Yeah,
valid.
shout out
That's
to him.
true.
Good job, young
So,
man.
you know, he had clearly he
job.
didn't get to where he is by following the crowd.
That's true.
So I definitely support him.
Rosa Parks didn't get up either.
We shall overcome.
All right, so here's some craziness, y'all. Like, oh my God. Okay, so there's this kind of new trend going on. It's
Ooh.
not in America. What?
What, lace fronts?
No, that's not new. That's not a new trend. Nice try.
I'm weak.
I tried.
My knees.
So there's this thing called sex roulette parties.
Yeah, the HIV parties.
Oh.
And it is where one person wears a condom. No, one person has HIV.
Right. And no
Nobody
one wears a condom.
Yeah.
What?
And what it does, or they also call them blue parties, because apparently the pill you take when you are HIV positive is blue. They all take the pill just to see at the end of the party who caught HIV.
What?
Yeah.
Is life not that
What?
exciting for people?
This is why we need economic development and people making living wages so they do not engage
I think we need to
in
purge.
crazy things like this. Why are you putting your life on the line? To me, this is just as bad as playing, Russian roulette with the gun.
Yeah.
Instead, you're playing it with your health. I mean, people
Well, it's
are
a little
bo-
safer than Russian roulette. You live longer.
to an extent.
You suffer though.
And then if you don't have money to pay for, if you don't have health care,
And then how
Well,
crazy
this is in
it?
France, right? This was in France, so they have like
Yeah.
universal health care, something that we should have in America.
Absolutely.
True.
But it's in Barcelona. But it's
Oh,
just
yeah. I don't
I
know
mean
if
the
that's
whole
universal
thing.
healthcare.
It's like I feel excitement in life just being black and being a woman and trying not to get pulled over or whatever. You gotta go and like put your life on the line for real.
that's crazy. I get excited on payday.
I do too.
I get
It
excited
doesn't
when I
last
see a
long. It
$5
lasts like
bill.
about half an hour.
Probably
after
that's
the
how
pay
long these
goes.
parties last.
Does anybody get excited for 4 for 4s?
What?
Wendy's?
Oh, I haven't. No, I haven't.
I thought we was
taken
talking
that.
about rims.
Oh no, I get excited for 4 for 4s. When I pass it, when I was like, I might as well.
Right.
Have anybody? I get
Maybe.
excited when people pay for my food. Like when I drive up and like, oh, the people in front of you take care of it, and I
Yeah.
try to do the same thing for the people behind me, but theirs is like $20.
Yeah, that's when you put those shades on and you just exit. Thank you. You just do that little wave
I
in the
know.
Pull
review.
forward.
And you talk to God, you be like, I'll catch the next
It
one.
wasn't. It was my blessing, not theirs.
Exactly. All right, guys, you're listening to The Real with Rachel D. We do have more show coming up. We're here with the Clayton County Board of Commissioner candidate Eric Bell.
Hello.
Miss BJ, what do we
Yeah.
have coming up?
We got DJ Loaf coming up with Back Up.
Welcome back to The Real with Rachel D. That was Deja Loaf, right?
Deja.
Deja Loaf.
Deja.
Deja Loaf, back up. Sorry.
I love the background, the Missy Elliott background music under construction. That was the first hip hop album I bought.
Oh, really?
That was the first hip hop album I bought, and I bought it from Best Buy. And my mom was like, "You need to go to Walmart to get the clean version." I was like, "Mom, Missy doesn't cuss."
Right.
Boy, did she! I was like, "Oh yeah!" They said all the words.
So that is Clayton County Board of Commissioners candidate
Years
Eric
ago.
Bell.
Years ago. That was years ago.
No, it's all good. You know, hip hop music is it plays a huge role in life. So
Yes, it does, indeed.
yes, it does. Because I remember my first CD. Since you mentioned it, my dad bought me Crazy Sexy Cool, and I was 10, so whatever, and the Space Jam soundtrack.
Space. My sisters had both of those. They had both of those.
I honestly can't think of Michael Jordan's face without tears. So all I can think of is him on Space Jam crying.
Crying like.
That was a great movie. They're supposed to be remaking it with LeBron James.
Oh, wow.
I'm not sure about these
I think they should just do like the Independence Day take of Space Jam, like Michael Jordan's child,
Yeah.
the kid of Space Jam, or something like that.
No,
Or maybe go with the
LeBron.
WNBA. The WNBA might be cool.
No.
Or just do a different sport. Just do a different sport.
Wasn't there golf, or was that part of Space Jam?
That
He
was part of
golfing
Space.
first,
Like, if
so-
I'm sure there's a cool football player or baseball player that will make a boss behind Space Jam.
I do think LeBron James would do good because he's actually pretty funny. I just don't want a remake. Like,
Yeah.
You want to try it, start over.
Yeah, like they're like, oh, this happened. Years later, after King Jordan left and went back to Earth.
I never saw Space Jam.
You're not black.
Yeah, your card has already been revoked a
Black
lot.
card, young
We're hole
card.
punching
I
pieces
haven't
out of
seen it. I do remember
You
Casablanca.
part of Al Qaeda.
Yeah.
She one of them Al Qaedas.
All right, guys. So we're gonna give you some things to get into this weekend. But before then, what are you guys getting into?
Well, Sunday, I'm going to be at Blue Ultra Lounge on Highway 138, 707, Highway 138, starting at 6 o'clock. Having a campaign mixer meeting. Just come out, have some fun. 25-cent wings. So I'm going to be there juicing it up.
Black people love our 25-cent
What?
wings.
It's the only 25-cent wings on the south side. Only 25-cent wings in Clayton County as well.
Wow.
Where's that at again?
Blue Ultra Lounge, 707 Highway 138, 6 o'clock, Riverdale, Georgia. Shout out Clayco.
All right.
Oh, my youth
Miss
is showing.
DJ.
Oh, my youth is showing.
What about you?
Well, if his youth is showing, I'm going to be crocheting a blanket, sitting on the porch with a blanket over my legs.
In a rocking chair, some hot chamomile
No,
tea.
I'm probably going to go catch this new X-Men.
Ooh.
And
Can I go with you?
yeah, and then
Can we do a
probably try and
matinee?
sneak some of them 25-cent wings into the X-Men from
They're
his
not
mixer.
to go. They're not for to go. You gotta eat them there.
All right. So before I give you guys some things to get into, I forgot to ask you, Miss BJ, what's your hashtag of the week?
All right, guys. My hashtag for the week is #MyShoes. Basically meaning don't ever let someone else dictate your journey. This is your path, your life, your shoes. So if you choose to change directions or destinations, it's still your choice, not anyone else's. My shoes.
I like that.
Hashtag my
Boom.
shoes.
Hashtag my shoes.
Very inspirational.
Yes.
I love that.
If they get in your way, take your shoe off and throw it at them. Hashtag my shoes.
It's gonna be
See,
someone
that's
out there.
the DJ we know.
Yeah.
It's gonna be someone out there like, I don't have one shoes. What can I do my sandals?
Then it's your corns. Oh, wait, no. I meant to say your flip-flops.
Yo flip flops. Your
Your
Chinese
buggers.
slippers, my Chinese sandals.
All right. Hashtag, was it my shoes?
My shoes.
All right, guys. So a few things to get into this weekend. There's an Atlanta Food and Wine Festival. It's going to celebrate the cuisine of the South and other southern regions of the world of Lowe's Atlanta Hotel in Midtown.
Yeah.
And there's tasting in the park. I hate these names
Ooh.
sometimes. A ticket to Grillin' and Chillin'. It includes live jazz, food from the grill, and cocktails. And it's going to be at the park at Emery Point.
Grilling and chilling.
Grillin' and Chillin'. And let me one more thing to
They're
get
so
into.
using hip hop culture.
They do.
Right.
They're killing it too.
Social appropriation. I love it.
And there is a music and food festival that's going to be at Candler Park Music and Food Festival, where there's
Eastside.
live music, food trucks, and a Saturday 5K race that's free entry. You guys can find out more events on events12.com. And it is time to wrap up the show, you guys.
Wrap it up.
So
It's been
Eric
great.
Bell, thank
Yes,
you so
ma'am.
much for coming on the show.
Pleasure's all mine.
We enjoyed you. We want
Thank
you back
Thank you.
as a winner, of course.
Woo woo.
So can you tell everybody one more time where they can find out more information?
You can find more information at my website. It's bellforus.com. That's BELLFOR. Oh, yeah, FRUS.com. Bell for Us. Instagram, Bell for Us. So, Facebook, Eric Bell. I'm here for you. My number's on the website. I gave that out earlier. I'm here.
All right, sounds good, Miss
Here to
BJ.
serve.
Any last words?
All right, guys. Y'all support our District 3 runner-up for commissioner.
Yeah,
When is that
yeah.
voting date?
Early voting starts July 5th. The election date is July 25th. I'll see you out there with your families.
I love that.
Restoring the Village. Eric Bell, bellforus.com. District 3, Commissionee.
All right, great. Guys, make sure you go check that out. And remember, voting is very, very important. There really
Yes.
was
It
a
is,
great
it is.
outcome last time.
19%.
Shocking numbers.
19%.
We don't need that again. So make sure you guys go out and vote. And you're listening to The Real with Rachel D. Thank you for joining us every Friday here at 6 p.m. on Love 860. And we're going to leave you with Drake Future Jumpman, and we will catch y'all next week.
Metro don't trust you, I'm gonna shoot you.
Yeah.